on the air.
Cool. God, what a fucking week. Everything just exploding. You know. I heard that Charlotte Flair was cast in the next Alien movie.
They're doing more Alien movies.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I guess you need someone to play the alien then, right?
well, no, you just had something burst out your chest.
She's already had a couple of things burst on her chest.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's about that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and welcome to Smark Snark. This is episode 302. My name is Gunner, and over there is Mega BR.
Nobody asked if I was ready.
You're ready, brother. Very much ready.
That's because I was born ready.
Second there, I thought you were going to tell me ready was your middle name.
That would just be, that's what the R stands for.
Yes. No, I get it. Also joining us this
Omega,
week.
Brioche, ready.
Brioche ready? Fuck. You know, everyone was worried about bread before, but Jesus, Omega just brings it every week. So also joining us this week is Yankum DDS.
Not only did I not break it, I improved on it.
Did you? How'd you improve on it?
Well, I mean, I've got keybinds now.
Posting stuff on Facebook because we're live. Boop, boop. Okay. Let's see here. Also joining us this week.
Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you one more time.
All right. Yep, one more time.
That was it.
Oh. Weir's here.
I'm a broken man. Write whatever you want about me.
Okay. And Shao Kahn is here.
Hello everyone, I am live here in a hotel room in Michigan and it's quite cozy in here.
And Stavostok.
Best part about that joke that opened the show was that you could take that a multitude of different ways, and in every way it's still offensive.
Absolutely. That's the best part of
offending multiple people, multiple different ways with just a sentence. It's been one of those lifetimes. Let me tell you.
Hashtag triggered. All right.
It's not my fault that I say stupid stuff all the time.
No, it really that statement is self-explanatory. News. Let's do the news and not have my voice crack, but let's do the news. Alexa Bliss suffered a left shoulder injury during her match with Nia Jax at Backlash. Charlotte Flair will undergo surgery to fix a ruptured implant, which actually happened before WrestleMania, but that she worked through to avoid missing the big event and the European tour. Tino Sabatelli underwent surgery for a torn pectoral, usually 6 to 9 months for recovery time, unless you're John Cena, and then it's 4.5.
So whose boob injury is worse?
Yes. I'm sure it's very, very bad. either way.
I'm sure it's bad for many different reasons. I figured that the ruptured implant would make Charlotte sick, because that's what that happens.
Well,
Um,
they're not made out of what they used to be made out of. I think they have somewhat safer material now than what it used to be. But still, nonetheless, it's not a healthy thing to have essentially an open bag of plastic in your skin.
I was gonna say that's the kind of thing you think you'd get taken care of right away, or at least I could see not missing Mania, but it's been like a month.
if it's a small leak, from what I understand of this particular thing, and I understand very little, to be perfectly honest, it's if it's a small enough leak and the bag is just ruptured and it's just kind of seeping in, then it's okay, relatively speaking, and you can just work through it if you would. It's not okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like 100% not okay, but it's okay enough where you're not going to die. But I could definitely see where at this point it's kind of ridiculous that she doesn't have, something.
Look at her dad. Look at her dad. I know she's not the same person, but she shows sometimes those same tendencies of just recklessness. And just look at wrestling in general. I mean, this is not the first person who's hurt themselves, and fucking, I'm going to work through it because I'm on top. That's damn near the name of the whole game. And yeah, if you're beating a woman's 2-year-long undefeated streak at Mania, you're gonna work through whatever the fuck you need to. Really makes me question that decision even more, if that's even possible. Torn pec sucks, and whatever injury that Bliss has is probably not all that severe because they're not telling us what it is.
Right.
Probably a sprain or a separated shoulder or something. She just needs to rest for a few weeks, and then she'll be back.
Yep. All right, let's move on. On Chris Jericho's podcast, Daniel Bryan suggested that Jericho was the backup plan if Shane McMahon was unable to work WrestleMania due to a hernia, a staph infection in his hand from an IV, and diverticulitis. Bryan also said he was ready to feud with the Bullet Club if he had not been cleared by WWE. Dave Meltzer relayed a funny story about how the casket match with Undertaker was changed back to Rusev after Jericho told Vince McMahon about his new angle with Naito at Dominion, with Vince citing the Saudi prince requesting Rusev.
So wait, Shane had all of that and he still worked Mania.
Yes.
Jesus fuck.
He's got a maybe if he does one a year, maybe, but that's a lot of. And look, he's not going in and working the match for 2 minutes. He's diving off something. He's jumping. He's going coast to coast. He's going through a table.
He got worked over the majority of that match because they did the whole gimmick where Bryan was getting carried out on a stretcher.
Because, of course, that's the gimmick.
Which is hilarious because Shane is the one who actually should have been working that gimmick. But it's not the story. Yeah, he's kind of... And again, it's just like, wow, I can't believe Charlotte wouldn't get that fixed. And, I can't believe she's working through that through Mania. And then there's Shane, who's fucking just taped together at the joints at this point, and can barely function as a human, and he's out there jumping off the top rope. That's the mentality of the business. That's what it's about.
I find it strange that that they would let him even wrestle at all. I mean, I could have seen Jericho just jumping into that match. It would have made a whole lot of sense. Let's see, what else did they say? Brian's contract runs out on September 1st.
I hope he still fucks off. I hope he still...
Yeah, me too.
I hope he just tells Vince to shove it up his ass and goes and does whatever the hell he wants to do. If he doesn't want to wrestle anymore, that's fine. it's sad at this point. You know, you get this guy back. It's like, you know, HBK coming back. He was out with the bad back for years and years, and he's finally coming back. And it was the same thing with Daniel Bryan. He was out with the bad neck and brain for years and years, and he's finally getting a chance to come back. Well, like, imagine if they had put HBK in a feud with, like, D'Lo Brown.
Oh, Jesus.
It wouldn't surprise me.
In 2002.
If we're still in the health conscious sort of environment that we're in currently, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if they ended up doing that.
That's basically the position that Bryan is in. He is there with a geek who has no reason being anywhere near the main event, who is a fine enough talent, needs infinite amounts of sculpting to be anything of worth. And I feel like you should just tell him in September, you know what? Fuck off. I'm leaving. Just don't feud with the Bullet Club. Just do anything else, please.
Well, you know, if it gets to that point and he acts like he's going to leave, they're going to offer him a big money contract to stay. So, you know, pay him twice as much to keep doing these loser matches. So, you know.
It's just a waste to me if you have someone that's on the roster that if you're going to treat them like glass, don't bring them back at all. You know, it's if you don't trust this person to be at the top or compete for what you expect to be, you know, something fantastic, then why even bother bringing them back in the first place? I heard more about what Jericho and Daniel talked about on the show, and whatchamacallit, Daniel didn't want to be the SmackDown GM. He had a hard time with that position because he came to work and he hated it, and began to really resent what was going on, and so he had to come back, you know, as a wrestler, and he tried his damnedest to come back as a wrestler, and now he's back as a wrestler, and Big Cass? Really?
You know, it's the old saying, money talks and bullshit walks. Yeah, you can throw a lot of money in the dude's face, but when he knows he has limited matches in his career left, and it's the choice between wrestling Big Cass or wrestling like some of the stars in New Japan right now, or his mentor, or one of his mentors in Yuji Nagata, there's only a certain amount of bullshit you can put on the guy.
My money is that he shows up to All In and wrestles on that show. My good money is on that, and my good money is also on if the contract date is true, that, you know, September 1st is his last day, and my good money also is that Punk will be on that show too.
I doubt Punk's gonna be on it.
He won't get his ass whooped here. I believe Punk will win at UFC 225. I think that's the number. Basically, the one in Chicago that he's on. But I don't believe that Punk will continue to fight after that point. Too much time, you know. He gave it a shot. He got his win. He's done. I could see very much where he would run in and, you know, do something with that with the Young Bucks at that particular point. But that's, you know, fantasy booking on my part, obviously. But I could definitely see the timeline in which that were to happen. Moral of the story, you know, Vince McMahon doesn't need to treat somebody like glass for them to feel, you know, for them to be valued. And if they're valued somewhere else, then it's in Bryan's best interest to walk regardless. All right, let's get on to the last little bit here. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mention. So what's not mentioned here, and what's not mentioned in the news, is the Big Cass thing. You guys hear about this?
Yeah.
I've heard very little about it, but
Supposedly,
I didn't see the details of it.
Is it about his big floppy titties?
Is it about his big floppy titties? No.
Too bad. That's the only thing I care about him. Otherwise, the rest he can just fuck off.
Well, I mean, he could talk to Charlotte about deflating those.
He's not.
Yuck.
Why is he bad? Like, he's not.
What do you mean? Why is he bad?
He's not that bad.
He's not bad. He
Fine.
just goes into business for himself way too much, especially in the position where he's in. You really shouldn't like step on people's toes when you're literally coming back from an injury after coming back. All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
Let's explain this here a little bit. So you remember that segment on SmackDown where he brought Daniel Bryan out as a midget? Apparently, in that segment, all he was supposed to do was big boot the midget and not do anything else. But Big Cass went to the upper management and was like, "Hey, I want to do this." The upper management said no. Then he went to Vince McMahon. He said, "Hey, I want to do this." And Vince McMahon said no. What does Big Cass do? Well, he is 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. But common sense, you really can't teach that to Big Cass because he beat the crap out of the Daniel Bryan, the little Daniel Bryan guy. And
yeah, no, he's a cunt.
So he's a cunt.
Yeah, he's a cunt. I didn't know.
That's one of those coin flips. Because sometimes Vince hates that. Sometimes Vince loves it. You know what else Vince loves? Dudes that are tall.
Yep.
So that's probably going to land on the good side of the coin for Cass, one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine, but apparently he's in hot water for it. Allegedly. Ooh, hot water.
Probably not.
Well, the idea that supplements the argument basically is that he tapped to Bryan, and then he wasn't used on SmackDown the next night.
Maybe he just did that because they realized he sucks.
Well, yeah.
They can always come to their senses.
Well, I mean, it's taken them 4 years for Roman. Just saying. And apparently, I also read that the shot of people getting up and walking out immediately after Roman winning was an eye-opening experience for Vince, allegedly.
Nah, he's still going to make Roman's guy.
Of course.
He finally opened his eyes. Usually when he jacks off to thoughts of Roman, he keeps them closed.
Usually, and he starts thinking of The Rock in 1999.
Yeah.
All right.
Last little bit of news. Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke and the other members of the MMA Four Horsewomen have been signed and will report to the Performance Center. Kevin Owens revealed he has signed a new 5-year deal with WWE and expects to retire there. WWE has added 52 episodes of Sunday Night Heat from 1998 and 1999 to the network. Time Heat, baby. Oh, that's so good.
I might get my subscription network back. I had canceled it because the only thing I was using it for was to watch the pay-per-views, and at this point, like, I could not give a fuck less about the pay-per-views. But if I can watch old episodes of Heat, yeah. I'd pay $10 a month to watch old episodes of Heat.
Absolutely. All right, and then John Morrison, Johnny Impact, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo is rumored to be on the new season of Survivor in Fiji, explaining his absence from Impact as of late.
Jesus Christ. What number is that Survivor on?
Probably 20-something, I think.
Wow, Survivor is still around?
It's been on for a long time. Well, it's a consistent ratings draw. It's not like a huge thing like it used to be. But
by now.
Maybe.
No, it's not 30-something.
Well, they might have been doing 2 seasons of it a year, so it might be 30-something.
Oh, wow.
It's on season. Who cares?
Well, okay, my question is this. Do you want to watch it with Morrison on there? Really?
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Since when is fucking Morrison a draw?
The current season of Survivor, subtitled Ghost Island, is season 36 of the U.S.
Holy
series.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that.
God damn.
Wow.
You know, the original Borneo was in 2000, so
Yeah.
that's like 2 seasons a year.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. I could see. I'm looking forward to seeing the clips of him winning the physical challenges, and I'm also looking forward to seeing the clip of him voted off in the middle of the season, because that's gonna be a thing.
Oh yeah.
If he wins Survivor, wait a minute. If he wins Survivor, does that make him the lone survivor?
No, but if he does win Survivor, guess which quote-unquote legend of professional wrestling he would join?
Who would he join?
He would join the one, the only Jenna Maraska.
Oh my God!
Wait, that's not right.
That is absolutely
That
right.
is absolutely
That
right.
is not the
She-
only.
She won.
She won. She won her series whenever the fuck it was, and he
Didn't
would too if he won.
didn't Johnny Fairplay win?
No.
No.
Oh.
He's a geek.
He
He's
was
a
on
geek
the-
anyway.
Yeah, he's a geek, but I mean,
He's an okay guy.
like he seems to be genuinely, he seems to genuinely have a love for the business.
Yeah,
Are
I talked
you-
with him at a convention once. I told you about that.
Are you implying that Jenna Maraska did not have a true love for the wrestling business? Are you saying
No,
that
that's
there's
not what I'm saying. I'm
possibly
saying-
another reason she got involved?
No, I thought he won. That's
No, he
why
did not.
I thought I was correcting that he.
Well, you remember when Ashley Massaro was on, don't you?
No, because I don't actually watch Survivor, because I'm not a middle-aged housewife.
I believe it was Survivor China, and she was voted off second after the token old person got voted off first.
Well, I don't watch Survivor because I have somewhat of a life.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want. I can stomach 2 episodes. That's all I had.
You know,
I mean, it
okay,
depends
so
on
for
how
All right,
it
let's
goes on and on.
move
Hold on.
on because
hold on. Like, look, for those who aren't tracking right now, this pay-per-view we're about to talk about was so bad, we're stalling to not go to the 15 minutes island. So I guess we're at that point in the conversation. So ring that bell.
Good enough.
No, that's fitting.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
It's very fitting.
okay. So let's talk about this because I'm traumatized.
Let's not just hit the buzzer again.
Okay, so I'm going to do this really quick. Ready? Ruby Riott defeated Bayley in the pre-show. Who cares? Bayley is a
It
geek.
was an okay match.
It's fine.
Best match of the night, Seth Rollins defeated The Miz to retain the IC title.
Look how great this match was. And it was also produced by Tyson Kidd. What do you know? A really good wrestler knows how to produce a really good match.
And The Miz is the ultimate warrior of this generation.
I would say he's
No.
better.
I'm not saying I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm saying that he can carry to a good match. That's all I mean by that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of well, yeah, to a point. I mean, Miz is very good at what he does, but Miz with a bad wrestler isn't going to create, a great match.
Tell me the Miz and Jinder Mahal would generate anything over 2.5 stars. Someone, please.
Do they both die in the middle of the match?
Jinder does. Miz doesn't. Miz wins.
Oh, maybe. Probably not, though.
There's a lot of acrobatics by Rollins. He really has been working hard since this latest run with the failed Shield reunion.
He wants that belt back, baby.
Ever since the Burn It Down became a thing, he's steadily, and it feels, to me, it's just corny as shit, but the crowd loves it. Like
I think
it's hard
the
to
Burn It
argue.
Down thing is cool.
I think there's some people who think I just personally think it's corny as shit, but the crowd is super into it. So I mean, it's obviously working for him. The whole crowd screamed it this week, and at the pay-per-view, both Raw and the pay-per-view.
it's getting over, and I'm perfectly happy with it because it feeds some empty space that was in his theme song, basically, and it works. So I'm perfectly happy with it. It's a fitting thing.
And don't forget, he got that because he beat Triple H. You get a little something extra. It's in the contract.
Yeah,
it could have been Pyro.
It could have been Pyro, but it's WWE in 2018. Who does Pyro anymore, really? All right, let's plow through these quicker than Jesus Christ. A sailor in Taiwan.
Jenna Maraska.
I was gonna say Ric Flair threw a tray of Jello shots.
That could work too. Nia Jax defeated Alexa Bliss to retain the Raw Women's title. Alexa Bliss working with Nia Jax is the most unbelievable thing in the entire population. If Nia Jax isn't just, sitting on her. I mean, I'm not saying that even in a sexual way. Yeah. I mean that in the literally, like, Nia Jax could eat that bitch.
They make it work, though. It's pretty impressive how they've gotten, especially during that match when the size differential is so ridiculously, blatant, how they get them to boo Alexa and cheer Nia for the most part.
Just remember how hot the crowd was in the first two matches of this card, the pre-show and then the Rollins match. And then this match, you could hear a pin drop.
Cringe-worthy fucking promo at the end there.
Yeah, it's like, remember how the past few weeks Nia's managed to get over and cheered and everyone loves her? Now she does the blatant corporate shill promo of the anti-bullying thing, and my God, they just boo her.
I love those little promos, those little vignettes. They're fantastic.
A moment of bliss.
Oh, Jesus, Mother Mary and Joseph.
No, we're not talking about the vignette. We're talking about the promo that she cut directly after the match.
Yeah,
where she was like, "Bullies never win. I love how unique I am. Be a star." She brought up fucking be a star.
It was just so forced. It was so blatant. It was so fake, and everyone knew it.
I legit did not know that be a star was still a thing.
Still a thing? Speaking of being still a thing, Jeff Hardy defeated Randy Orton to retain the U.S. title.
This was a match. These two are a lot slower. They can't do the things they used to be able to. And this was a WWE title match 10 years ago.
It was a WWE title match 10 years ago. And the WWE style that we get so mad at Miz for working is exactly the style of match that they worked in this particular thing. Only with Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. You did this 10 years ago, hot as shit. You do this now, it's like, okay. Randy. Yeah. Okay, so the question in my head, at the very least, Jeff, I understand, it could be applied to equally here, but Randy is the one that I'm focusing on. Out of the Randy Orton, John Cena duo, essentially, that was the overness of the aughts and the early teens of the of this past whatever. How does it feel to be the Jannetty of the duo? And when are you done? That's my question. When do you think that Orton's going to be done?
I give it 5 years.
I mean, obviously,
he started so young. He was 21 when he first won the world title or something like that.
Which makes him 36 right now,
and
or something like that.
He's never had terribly major injuries and has always stayed in good shape. I mean, Kane is fucking 50.
Right.
And he's still wrestling and he's running for mayor. Orton's around for the next 5 years minimum, unless something tragic happens.
I think Orton's just gonna just quit because he's just bored.
Well, that's my question is when is he going to quit because he has enough money? I mean, obviously he enjoys his money coming in and he enjoys his lifestyle, but he's not stupid, I think. I just figured that he would want to get out at some point. And then you know what would happen. You'd have.
You know what'll make him want to get out real fast? Put him in like 10 more matches with Hardy where he loses, taking that Swanton bomb. Remember back in the day when Hardy would do a Swanton bomb and he would like never hit anyone, like he would barely hit it. It's just like, oh, okay, you know, that's the finish. It's kind of fake, kind of lame, like whatever.
Now he just lands on everyone.
Dude, 200% full body, straight up like lower back and ass, right in the rib. That shit'll make you want to quit.
Actually, the legalization of marijuana, countrywide, would make him want to quit, in my opinion. But that's
fuck yeah. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, there's a bomb story I've heard with him.
Man, that Hardy, that Swanton bomb now looks like the most devastating thing of all time.
I kind of want to see him hit it on Braun, and then Braun just be like, "What the fuck?" and just grab him and like not let him go. All right, let's move on. Fuck. Daniel Bryan defeated Big Cass. We already talked about this. Big Cass can't be carried to a good match. I mean, that's the big difference here. And Daniel Bryan did a really good job of being Daniel Bryan.
The best guy in the company, if you're going to have somebody carry you to a match, would be Daniel Bryan. But if Daniel Bryan can't even carry you to a good match, then what are you doing here?
Well, his name is Test. Just saying.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Carmella defeated Charlotte to retain the SmackDown Women's title. Why would this be clean? Why would this be clean?
Well.
I have to hear one more goddamn time. I beat Charlotte Flair. I'm going to vomit all over her sneakers.
So, you know what's funny about this? Asuka, who went undefeated for 2 years, was beaten clean by Charlotte, who got beaten clean by Carmella. The streak is officially meaningless.
And the whole time, Charlotte had a ruptured implant and could have left.
Changed the course of history.
So I'm guessing this makes Asuka a geek.
Guessing.
It would have really made her a geek if she actually won the belt at Mania and then the following Tuesday had the iconic duo just beat the shit out of her, and then Carmella would have cashed in on her.
That would have been fine.
Would have been the answer to the question. But no, that's not how it happened. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard the rumor, but apparently John Cena bounces back real quick.
Oh, no. Don't tell me he's dating someone else already.
Apparently he wants to be the king of Staten Island.
Are you kidding me? Carmella?
No.
We're not kidding you, Jester, no.
Sweet Christ. I mean, I think Carmella's fine looking wise, and Lord knows Nikki Bella's attractive, but you got to believe that that's a step down in the grand scheme of things.
I don't really know this rumor, nor do I really care.
I think it's really funny. To be perfectly honest with you. But apparently, she left Big Cass earlier, the beginning of the year or the end of last year or something like that, because Big Cass didn't want to marry her.
Yeah, we knew that. But if it's the same problem, then Cena doesn't say either.
Exactly, that's my point. Moral of the story: AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura went to a double countout after the most ball-busting match I've ever watched in my life.
Oh my God, I hope these guys were wearing some sort of copper protection.
Nope.
No.
They're really screwing this up, huh?
Pretty much, this was like really it was getting ready to be a better match than they had at Mania, and then the finish happened.
Until, of course, the finish.
Man, I was laughing throughout that entire finish, but that's exactly the opposite reaction I should be having to the AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura WWE title feud.
Exactly.
Again,
what a waste of Nakamura. What a waste of AJ.
This is a world title feud, by the way.
If this was a U.S. title feud, I'd almost accept it. Almost.
see, what sucks about this is it's not even that great of a story. Like, if you would have had AJ win with a low blow in this match, that would have actually made the story. I would have been fine with that. That would have been a perfect finish.
But it's them, and
but they can't. Yeah. And then my favorite part of this is this went on not in the main event, because the whole idea is, well, you don't want to let the crowd down at the main event, with like a double DQ count out stupid finish. Yeah, you really didn't want to let the crowd down, guys. Good job with that shit.
Let me tell you something. I hate the fact that they do double count out in a no DQ match. Fuck you. Just tell it a calls count anywhere match and fucking let it go. Jesus. The feud continues. More ball busting. Speaking of ball busting and speaking in a higher octave, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
This was a nothing match. Oh, like I said, first match, crowd was hot. They murdered this crowd by this match because Braun Strowman, probably the most over baby face you have right now, beat up the heels to get a reaction from the crowd, and nothing.
And by this point, by the way, we were almost at 11 o'clock, and people realized that Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe was going to go on much later than that.
Well, I didn't think it was an absolute nothing match. I mean, if it's wrong to see Kevin Owens being treated like a bowling pin by the bowling ball that is Braun Strowman, not once, not twice, but 3 different times, then I don't want to be right.
You don't need to be. That's perfectly fine. Moral of the story: this was a awful 9 o'clock hour Raw match.
It was a Raw match on pay-per-view. It was fine, but it didn't need to be there.
And then Roman Reigns defeated Samoa Joe.
Oh boy, I feel bad for Samoa Joe in this match. They managed to find a way to get a Samoa Joe match shit chanted and people to leave during it.
Can someone please explain to me why, when Roman Reigns was being checked on by the referee and his hand went limp after he was in the coquina clutch, that they didn't call the match right then and there?
Because stupid?
I mean,
because they were doing the 3 hand drop gimmick and they just didn't tell you.
Oh no! They weren't even doing the hand drop gimmick. He was like slapping his hand with the back of his hand, back of the referee's hand, and trying to figure out if he's actually out or not. And of course, he limp wrists it because he limp wrists everything. Thank God that's over. Dairy Queen drive-through. Let's do the ratings. Shao Kahn, you've got him. Did you know?
Alrighty. This week in the ratings, Impact the 299,000, down from the 308,000. Raw with the 2.689 million, down from the 3.066 million. Yikes. And SmackDown with the 2.293 million, down from the 2.436 million. And that was this week in the ratings.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Summer Raw and Summer SmackDown.
Yep,
it's not even summer yet.
Taking it Raw.
It's summer enough with those ratings. Jesus Christ.
12% drop from Raw.
So what are we thinking this year, 4th of July? We're probably gonna see SmackDown under like a 1 point.
1.9. When is July 4th this year? Hold on.
It's Monday or Tuesday. Oh, it's Wednesday. Yeah,
it's Wednesday.
So Tuesday night.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be it'll probably be 2.4 for Raw. No. 2.5 for Raw. 2.0 or like a 1.998 for SmackDown. That's my predictions.
It's going to be brutal.
It's going to be brutal. Speaking of brutal, it's the birthdays. Dog, go for it.
All right. Happy birthday today to Seymour Snot, legend. Also, happy birthday tomorrow to Hiromichi Kodu Fuyuki. And then on the 12th, happy birthday to Stephen DeLeon, Dr. John Murphy, and Victor Tamayo. And then on the 13th, happy birthdays to Killer Carl Krupp, Lenny Montana, Sam Menaker, Randy Morse, Roger Tomlin, Aristoteles Flores, and Leah Cavazos. And then on the 14th, happy birthdays to Dr. Death himself, Mr. Steve Williams, also to Tommy Rogers, to Scott Irwin, to Jimmy Banks, and to Paul Singh Daliwal. And then on the 15th, happy birthdays to La Parquita, also to Espectrito the Dos, and then the Dos. And then happy birthdays also to Jamie Sims, Muninori Higo, Mario Milano, Don Duffy, Frank Hewitt, and Bill Berger. And then also happy birthdays on the 16th next week to Buddy Roberts, to Kinji Shibuya, to Frederick Von Schacht, also to Buddy Knox, Gus Kayo, or Kaleo, I'm not sure, and then Ron Jordan. And those are the birthdays.
And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega PR.
Yes, this week in wrestling history, circa 1983, where Roddy Piper fought NWA World Champion Ric Flair to a draw in a best-out-of-3 falls match. Fall number 3 saw the 60-minute time limit expire in Portland, Oregon. Jump to 1986, where Jim Crockett Promotions ran the Charlotte Coliseum, headlined by NWA World Tag Team Champions Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey, who defeated Dusty Rhodes and NWA US Champion Magnum TA via disqualification. And in 1998, MTV attempted to use WCW personalities during an outdoor TV taping titled Ultimate Video Bash, but the weather, driving rain, proved to be too dangerous for the wrestlers to compete. The lone bout they got out of the broadcast featured Public Enemy defeating High Voltage. And that was This Week in Wrestling History.
God, what a shitty match on that last one. God.
Happy trails. Happy trails this week to the relations of Big Bully Nick Busick, who passed away at the age of 63. And also another somber happy trails to Aluega Nef Maivia, generally considered to be the first Polynesian/Samoan wrestling star, who passed away at 93. So, yes, condolences both to both families and friends. Okay, what should we watch this week in wrestling? Netchester.
Of course. Go to a man who just got out of his car, hauling his food into his house while it's raining. Okay. Oh, I got one. I just watched NXT last night, and one of the hardest hitting shit shows I've ever seen was between Heavy Machinery and the War Raiders. And War Raiders surprised me by coming out on top of that exchange. So go watch that one. And because that is where the big boys play right now, is NXT.
Hey, Shao Kahn, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Not really much has happened. Let's go ahead and watch Naoya Ogawa versus Shinya Hashimoto, January 4th, 1999 at the Tokyo Dome.
By the way, we missed a very important birthday. Because today is William Regal's birthday.
How the hell did we miss that?
Not only is it his birthday, it's his 50th birthday.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he's still alive.
Yes.
That's why we missed that.
Right.
I get it. Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. I don't know if
Happy
you want to
birthday,
hear this.
William Regal.
Yes. I don't know if you want to hear this, but I just read this, and I want you all to hear this and share my pain. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal scheduled for live events through July.
Yes. This is exactly what we need.
You know what? I want them to do this at Money in the Bank. I want them to do Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns in Chicago. I want them to do this.
Yes, they'll be booed to hell and gone, and perhaps finally somebody in the WWE hierarchy will figure out we don't want either of these turkeys. Put them on for Thanksgiving, for God's sake.
Let's see here. What should we watch this week in wrestling?
All right. Tokyo Joshi Pro recently did a show in Korakuen Hall last week. So I'm gonna have to recommend the main event between Miyu Yamashita and Rika Tatsumi.
Oh my god, that was such a good match.
Oh man, I am very excited. Read another thing. There's an indie called Riptide International Waters. Walter versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
hell.
I want to watch that so bad. Yanka, what should we watch this week of wrestling?
Well, given our conversation earlier, I thought it would be a good idea to bring up a good Randy Orton match, and even one from a previous Backlash. That would be Orton versus Cactus Jack at Backlash 04 for the WWE Intercontinental title in a no holds barred Falls Count Anywhere match.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is a good one. They beat the shit out of each other.
Omega BR, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Did somebody say Paige versus Omega?
Nope, no one said that yet.
Well, I'll say it because, between Kota Ibushi and Cody and Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, they both registered 4 stars on the Meltzer scale, but I liked Page and Omega a bit better. I thought, it's kind of refreshing to see, not that Page is like a third-tier guy or anything, but, it's refreshing to see these kind of big-time matches with these guys, and they really get to showcase their stuff. Kind of like what Bryan versus Big Cass would be if both guys were any good, or both, you know what I'm saying.
Right. Save us, dog. What should we watch this week in wrestling?
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship from Wrestling Dontaku. I think it's Dontaku. Yeah, okay. Will Ospreay versus Kushida.
Fantastic match.
Excellent
match. This week, man, I'm trying to figure it out. Because, I would tell you to go watch Camp WWE because that started up again. That's kind of funny. I'd tell you to watch. Go ahead.
Is it?
It's kind of funny.
I
kind of like it.
It's 50-50. It's 50-50 booking, just like the WWE. There you go.
Let's see here. You could watch episode 101 of Being the Elite. That's been good too. I mean, I've got 3 different things I could say here. What else? Yeah, we'll just stick with that for now. Yeah, go watch that. It's been a weird week in wrestling for me. because I've been trying to watch as much of it as possible, but it's all like meh. And we're definitely in that post WrestleMania, post Backlash sort of. All right, well things are going to get boring until Money in the Bank in a month, so expect that to be a thing. No one's going to care because of the holidays and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just. Ugh. All right. That's it for this week. Thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate it. You can check us out online, smarksnark.com, twitter.com/smarksnark, facebook.com/smarksnark. You can follow us there. Make sure that you subscribe to us on the YouTubes, because I would really appreciate it if you did that. And we'll see what we can do about, expanding out. And we really appreciate those of you who are listening or are sticking with us. We will see you next week. So, for all of us here, thank you very much. I still have no clothes.
Get dressed, damn it. It's inappropriate.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
I am naked, whatchamacallit, naked oiled up grease guy.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Get out. Cut it.
Get.
Good night, Goodwater.